The extremely versatile and high-performance Hammer N4400 bandsaw is a must in every workshop. Whether it comes to trimming, cutting, making slots and grooves, finger jointing, even sanding, the N4400 is the machine for the job. The applications of the N4400 are almost limitless. The solid construction, cast iron wheels, cast iron table, 4 horsepower motor and an extensive range of accessories all combine to provide one of the best performing bandsaws in its price class. The quality and precision of the N4400 are appealing to both the hobbyist and the professional. Take a look at some of the advantages of the Hammer bandsaw that make it so unique. The optional roller carriage allows you to position your N4400 anywhere in the workshop. When it comes to smaller workshops, this is particularly important and useful. The maximum cutting height is 28 cm and can be easily adjusted thanks to the hand wheel. The parallel fence is extremely robust, can be swung out of the way when not required, and even removed completely. The possibility to lay the fence flat allows you to adapt the saw to the workpiece and not vice versa. It is also possible to extend the working surface of the saw by adding table extensions quickly and easily. The machine table can be tilted between -10 and 22.5 degrees. And thanks to its solid cast iron build, the N4400 is up to every task. The optional mitre fence allows you to set the angle between -45 and +45 degrees. This is ideal for mitre cuts on the bandsaw. Simple dual opening of the door. The safety switch prevents the machine being switched on accidentally whilst the door is open. Upper and lower blade guides, solid cast iron band wheels, and a saw blade tension indicator come as standard on your N4400. Changing the saw blade is extremely simple. Take the blade out, place your foot on the blade, and turn it in a clockwise motion, which will cause the blade to twist into 3 rings. Now put the new blade in. Here you have to make sure that the teeth of the blade lie flush against the front edge of the cast iron wheels, and then tighten with the use of the saw blade tension hand wheel. Turn the bandsaw guide screws so that they meet the blade, then release them by 1/4 of a turn. And finally, with the use of the counter screws, lock the guides in place. Move the rear roller supports to within 3 mm of the back of the blade and your new blade is ready to go. Enough of the theory, let's take a look at some of the more unusual uses of the bandsaw, like for example when making planks from freshly cut round timber. For this we are using a cutting jig, which you can easily make yourself. It consists of a base with a solid rail which runs through the groove in the table and extension. Screws are situated at the front and back of the jig, which can be used to secure the log. Thanks to the jig being guided by the rail and the groove, you will achieve an absolutely perfect cut. When carrying out these tasks, the saw blade should be as wide and as sharp as possible. In order to make the planks, the log just needs to be moved in the required position. This is how you achieve perfectly cut planks. The 4 horsepower motor ensures that there is enough power to complete this task. The table extensions ensure that there is enough surface area. Even trimming the planks is no problem on this machine. The parallel fence then ensures that the cut can be carried out quickly and accurately. An extremely impressive result. Hard to believe, cutting and trimming a freshly cut piece of round timber is child's play for the N4400. With a 4 HP motor, it is possible to cut through 28 cm thick solid beechwood. This means that whilst keeping waste to a minimum, you can rip planks or cut plywood, something that is not possible on a table saw. Here it is very important to use a wide and sharper blade as possible. Now nothing stands in your way of making high quality boards. The N4400 is also perfect for making curve cuts. When using a 6mm blade, you can cut radii as small as 15mm. Your plans and ideas need not be restricted by the limitations of your machine. With the optional sanding equipment for the bandsaw, the N4400 transforms itself into a sanding machine, which you can use to sand edges and small radii without any problems. Place the sanding band into the machine, mount the jig, and away you go. It has never been so easy to sand curved pieces. With a very simple jig, it is also possible to make diagonal cuts. Or wedges without any risk to yourself. Particularly impressive is the ability to make accurate tongue and groove joints of varying sizes. The parallel fence is set up to the required measurement and cuts to this measurement. And with the use of the mitre and parallel fence, making grooves is simple. Chisel out the groove and we're finished. Perfect. When producing high quality edge joints, the N4400 is in a class of its own. Tongue and groove joints, even finger jointing, can be achieved with perfect results on the N4400. Take a look for yourself, you will be impressed. With this device, it is extremely simple and quick to make absolutely precise finger joint cuts. First of all, draw the finger joints onto the workpiece and move along the guide, cutting each time along the line. making cuts tilting to the left, use the angle jig. Chisel out the appropriate pieces, and then hold against the counterpiece and trace the cut. The dovetails can be cut with the use of the angled jig against the parallel fence. Chisel out the appropriate pieces, and the finished piece is there. A perfect result. As you can see, this bandsaw can do a lot more than make just curved pieces. From the first rough cut through to a perfect joint, everything is possible. Upper and lower bandsaw guides, a tiltable table, solid cast iron bandsaw wheels, and much more are standard, needn't be expensive. If the N4400 has caught your interest, then contact us or make a visit to one of our showrooms. Our qualified sales and service team are always available for information, advice and support. We look forward to your call.